Hello, my name is Robert Haddad, and today I wish to speak about the question, the Catholic Church, is it still one holy Catholic and Apostolic? The immediate and short answer to this question is, not for long, especially if the Church in Germany has anything to say about it. Recently, after 3 years of deliberations, the German Synodal Way, comprising of 230 clerical and lay delegates, held its last session, voting on 10 resolutions to arrive at, quote, visible changes. The most controversial resolutions were passed by majorities of between 80 and 90% and include the following: blessing ceremonies for same-sex attracted couples. Likewise, blessings for divorcees living in civil marriages. Allowing, quote, qualified lay men and women to preach at Mass, formerly the exclusive domain of the ordained clergy. Voluntary celibacy for the ordained. The establishment of a permanent synodal council in Germany. Some even more radical proposals to be considered in the future include non-ordained persons being able to baptize and officiate at weddings, the possibility of lay confession, the participation of lay people in the anointing of the sick. All of the above amount to a wholesale bending of the knee to the social and sexual revolutions of our time. One may legitimately ask, is there a need anymore for ordained clergy? Is there still any such thing as sexual morality, sexual sin? When questioned about the opposition to same-sex relationships by various African cultures, the Bishop of Essen, Franz Joseph Overbeck, responded as follows, quote, I consider us as a universal church to be so interculturally diverse that we have to say at this point that we have to answer it, namely the question of same-sex blessings, differently in our country than elsewhere, close quote. If this view is to prevail, it would result in multiple schisms tearing apart the universal church. There would no longer be one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church, with one faith, one Lord, and one baptism, but many unholy, national, and apostate churches, all teaching radically different things, in different ways, in different countries. Perhaps this is what the revolutionaries really want. The radical Germans see themselves as the vanguard of the revolution, hoping to export their views across the universal church. Meanwhile, faithful Germans see themselves as helpless in the face of all this. Faithful Catholics throughout the world also slowly are feeling helpless. When one considers the state of the Church in Germany, one is even more astonished at the proposals of their synodal way. All the chief KPIs are heading south, the chief among them being the relentless shrinking of the numbers of faithful, approximately 400,000 per year due to defections and falling birth rates. Wherever the left is entrenched, we see falling mass attendances, declining rates of baptism, confirmations, and First Holy Communions, declining marriage rates, non-existent vocations to priestly and religious life, empty seminaries, and shuttered religious houses, the wholesale closing of parishes and parochial Catholic schools, Catholic universities being anything but Catholic in their teaching, declining revenues. One would think that in the face of such calamities, the German Synodal Way would have passed resolutions to promote vocations to heterosexual sacramental marriage and promote its fruitfulness and permanency, promote vocations to priestly and religious life, promote Eucharistic adoration and other popular devotions, especially Marian devotions, promote authentic catechesis and preaching from the pulpit, promote evangelization and apologetics towards non-Christians, non-Catholics, promote observance of the Ten Commandments and traditional Catholic morality, etc. However, not a word about any of these matters. As a result, the Church in Germany has signed its death warrant. Within a couple of decades, it will be no more than a windswept, empty house, a footnote in the history books of both Germany and the Catholic Church. At all costs, faithful Catholics in other countries must resist the so-called German Synodal Way. This is easier said than done, especially as there are many throughout the West who think as the radical Germans do. However, we at least can start in our own homes and parishes, ensuring fidelity reigns there. Let us each in our own way do something. To do anything is always better than doing nothing, unless we too wish to walk the path that the German Church is now walking towards oblivion. May God bless you all.